Hi boys and girls, please ignore the mess. My daughter has been in my mum's house and it's not usually a mess. My mum's house is usually immaculate. But yeah, 6-year-old in the house making a mess. I'm going to address something really quick and then I'm going to get on to another video about feminism and male-female issues and shit like that. I've addressed before, I'm not a feminist at all. But I'm going to get into that later. Still no makeup, because I don't see any point in putting makeup on for to go home to do some cleaning and stuff, to then have to wash it all off, to then get ready for to go out tonight. So excuse the natural look. But yeah, something real quick I wanted to address. I always say real quick, and we're probably going to end up into this about 20-30 minutes later. But yeah, it was something that an ex-friend of mine had said when we were arguing a while ago. And this person had said to me, you were a nicer person when you were fatter. What I'm about to address regarding this comment is not directed at this person that said it. It's directed at people I've known and do know in general. It's not directed at her. I want to make that very, very fucking clear. But the comment, I've spoken to about it with other friends, and I've spoken about it with my other half as well. I think that maybe I was a nicer person, I don't know. But in my opinion, and the way that I view it is, for all those years that said person had seen me cry and scream and throw clothes down the hallway and moan and bitch about how my thighs rubbed together and I couldn't wear shorts and all of these different things. I couldn't wear this outfit, I couldn't wear that outfit because my stomach was hanging over the top of it. Even when I'm a size 6, I still have a mummy tummy. I had my daughter quite late in life and I didn't exercise regularly after I had her. So I have a mummy tummy, even when I'm tiny. So there's a lot of things that I still can't wear. I can't wear like low-rise jeans and a belly top because it looks terrible. But I would have thought that having watched somebody go through these things and then them eventually finding a way that helped them to be the weight that they were comfortable at would not create animosity. If it was the other way round about, if I was with in the company of somebody who was very uncomfortable in themselves, even if like they were always moaning because their nose was huge, and then one day they saved up a lot of money and they went and got some surgery and they had their nose done how they wanted it, and then had more confidence, I'd be happy for them. Same as if it was around somebody who was substantially bigger and was uncomfortable in their own skin and then found a way for to be the size that they were comfortable in, I wouldn't have any animosity towards it, whether I had been able to lose weight or be able to fix something that annoys me, like my teeth annoy me, this bit of my face annoys me, and no amount of losing weight or putting weight on is ever going to fix that. Unless I save up a lot of fucking money and go and get some surgery on both. But if they had been able to then be the size and weight that they were comfortable in and had more confidence from that, I would be happy for them rather than hold any kind of animosity towards them. But regarding the comment in general, not directed towards her, directed towards in general, I found that in the way that I perceive things, when I was substantially bigger, I had a lot of self-confidence issues and would people please. And I've spent most of my life people pleasing, whether that was to do with my weight and my self-confidence issues or not. It could also be a mental thing where I always wanted to make sure everybody else was happy first. and then got to a point in my life which correlated with losing a lot of weight. Going from a UK size 16 down to a UK size 8 and then down to a 6, and I'm back up at an 8 just now. Whether that was to do with the weight and the insurgence of self-confidence or not, there was at the same time, it happened at the same time, where I had a realisation that what's the worst that could happen? And this is the only time that I'm going to get to live this life, whether you believe in like reincarnation or not. This is the only shot that you're going to get at this life. So why should you be trying to appease everybody else? You need to make yourself happy. You need to do what's good for you. It doesn't mean that you have to be a dick, but you need to take time for yourself. And some things that people do are not okay. And when I was bigger, there was a lot of times where a lot of people would say, okay, we're meeting on Friday. And I'd be like, okay, cool. And I would like rearrange everything and tell everybody, no, I can't do anything on Friday. I'm going to see these people on Friday. We're going to hang out. We're going to do this thing. And then when Friday would come, I'd get ready and I'd get my makeup done and I'm all ready to go, and everybody knows that I'm going to hang out with these people. And then they would phone me like 2-3 minutes before I go out the door and say, I'm sorry, I don't feel like it. And I'm like, right, maybe once that's okay. And I understand some people have got anxiety issues, depression issues, and I completely make allowances for that. And there's sometimes where, like, I understand that when I was bigger, and even like now because I've put weight back on, there's times where you're riled up for going out, and then you put your clothes on and you just feel ugh, and it just drains everything out of you, and you just don't want to go out. You just don't want to do it. You just want to put your onesie on and you just want to cuddle up underneath a duvet and not have to deal with any of it. So I get that. And sometimes that's fine for to just say, okay, I understand, it's fine, we'll meet another time. But when other people, not directed at this person, because this is actually specifically about another group of people that were amongst my friends during these few years, who would continually say, oh, things will be different when you live here, oh, things will be different when this happens, when that happens, oh, there's like, I'm not going to like make specific numbers because then you'll know who I'm talking about, but where they would say, oh, it's always been like this many of us and we do this and it's always us and it's us against the world and all of this stuff. And then when things would happen, they would go out and they would do their own thing without me. And I'm not saying that you need to be attached to a certain group of people all the time. You don't need to involve everybody all the time. And there is times where one of your friends will phone you up and say, hey, let's go out. And you go, but you don't phone all of your other friends to see if they're coming with you. That's just life. But there's been many, many, many occasions where I was always an afterthought. And the general attitude was always, oh, it's okay, Bat will put up with it, Bat will be fine with it. No, Bat isn't fucking fine with it. Bat rearranged their calendar, and Bat fucking, I'm sorry about talking about myself in the third person, but Bat rearranged their calendar, Bat went and got ready, Bat told other people that she wasn't coming out because you wanted to do this today, and now it's like, oh, well, I can't be fucking bothered with this. Or they would go and do their own thing and not involve me. And then it would be like, hey, it's like always been like this number of us and we're like the group and it's me, you and you and you and blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, no, it isn't. It's not. It's you guys and then me if you can be bothered with me. And for a long time, I was always, no, it's fine, don't worry about it, it's okay, it's fine, blah, blah. No, it's not fine. It's not fine. If there's a specific thing that's supposed to be 3 of you, 4 of you, 5 of you, the specific number of you are supposed to be going to do something, then it should be that specific number of people, and you don't go, oh, we're all like in a group, and we're all friends, and we're all besties, and we all do this, but then exclude somebody else. It doesn't work like that. And then when I had the realisation which was around about the same time as when I lost a lot of weight. I don't think that the weight had anything really to do with it, other than the fact that when I lost weight, I then got a lot of self-confidence and became a lot more self-assured in myself because I was comfortable in who and what I was. And I was at a comfortable point in my own body that I had more confidence and more self-assertiveness to say, no, I don't want to be treated this way. No, I don't like it when you do that. So when I became more vocal and said, I don't like this, I don't like that, that isn't okay, no, I won't be there, I have other things to do, then it became an issue. And it was like, oh, you've changed and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I had changed because I wasn't going to be a fucking doormat anymore. And to some people, that was not what they wanted from me, because I was the easygoing person that put up with the bullshit. And I'm not now. And I'm progressively even less and less and less and less of that person, because I have zero tolerance for anybody's bullshit. And like I said, there are instances where you have friends who have medical problems, anxiety issues, and like mental problems and stuff, where you can completely understand where they're coming from and they're cancelling last second, or something's come up in their family, or different things have happened, and you understand this. Or when you haven't seen a friend for a while because they've got a lot of personal things going on in their life and their friends are not a priority other than their children and their partner because there's shit going on in their life. You have to, as a human being, understand and appreciate that. Same as there is times where you can't be there for people. There's times where you want to be there to love and support and be there for your friends, but we're not teenagers anymore. I can't drop everything and be there for you in a fucking instant. It doesn't work like that anymore. I have, again, an adult life to deal with, as much as I don't like adulting. I have bills to pay, I have family things to deal with, I have responsibilities, but yet when I'm expected to drop everything and be there right there and then, it's ridiculous, because nobody can do that for me, and I don't fucking expect them to. On times where I can say, right, you're in a bit of a jam, and there's somebody here to look after my daughter, I'll run, I'll come and get you. But if you are phoning me in the middle of the night and I have a child and I'm in the house by myself and she's got school in the morning, I can't get to you. There is no way I can come and get to you. Or if there's times where, there was times where I neglected a lot of my friends and a lot of people that I love and care about, when, not last year, year before, well, not last summer, the summer before, I had a mental breakdown, which was not Mikey's fault, but him leaving and stuff that was going on with us was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back. There was a lot of things over the last couple of years then that I hadn't been dealing with. They had told us that my granddad was dying. I was spending every day in hospital with my granddad, and I was neglecting a lot of things at the time, and a lot of people, because I was trying to hold everything together for my mum. She was possibly losing her dad. I was trying to be there for her and her brother, my uncle, and be supportive. I was trying to be a mum. I was trying to keep my head above water with bills and chores and different things, and I was falling apart inside. I was heartbroken. I was devastated about a lot of different things, and it was just so much on top of me, and I couldn't cope with it, and I didn't cope with it well. And there was a few people who punished me for it. Because I wasn't there for them, because I couldn't drop everything and run, because I wasn't at their party, because I didn't turn up on the day I said I would go, because the hospital phoned and said, oh, well, come and say goodbye to your granddad because he's not going to make it. It's not my fault that he got better. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. But there was so much going on in my life at that time that was not good at all. And I didn't have the coping mechanisms or the ability for to deal with it, but then was punished by a lot of people afterwards for it. A lot of the rumours and bitchiness and nastiness that is still continuing to this day has, some of it, and I'll give you that, some of it does have grounding in things that happened back then when I wasn't coping with anything. I wasn't coping with my granddad being in hospital. I wasn't coping with being ill. I wasn't coping with my house. I wasn't coping with money. I wasn't coping with my daughter. I wasn't coping with anything. So some of the rumours have small, and I do mean small, very small grounding, in that time in my life, but it's still continuing to this day. And I still get punished for things that happened during that time, which is bullshit. Again, this is not aimed at the person that made this comment, it's in general, it's to a few people. But to say to somebody, you were nicer when you were fatter, that's drastic. I could say some things that could come across really cunty and really bitchy right now, which would not benefit anybody. It would not benefit the situation, and it would just be construed as absolute venomous, and I don't want to do that. And that's my mum back, so I'm leaving. Bye, boys and girls. So yeah, it wasn't my mum, it was my daughter coming in from my granddad's. It's not that I want to hide things or anything while I'm talking, it's just that I feel really uncomfortable when other people are watching me vlog about things. I'm fine with it once it's recorded and it's up, but if you're sitting watching me while I'm recording it, I don't like it. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of things that could be said, but they would be misconstrued as venomous and nasty, and they would benefit nobody. But yeah, that was all I really wanted to say about it. Was maybe it was the fact that I had more self-esteem, more confidence, and wouldn't put up with as much shit. And a lot more so now. But there was a lot of things that happened in my life around about that time. I'm not talking about the breakdown and blah, blah, blah. I'm talking about when I lost weight and stuff. When people would really just take the piss. They would take advantage, and it was all very, Bat will put up with it, Bat won't mind, Bat does mind. And, no, sorry, Bat has other things to fucking do. I have other places to go. I do have other friends, and I do fucking mind. But I'm going to go down to play with my daughter at my daddy's. We're going to go play some Lego games. And then I'll go pack up and I'm going home. And I'm hoping to do the feminist issue thing. Hopefully today. Depends, because I need to get home and tidy up and blah, blah, blah and get ready for tonight. So we shall see what happens. And I'll try and splice this together, hopefully on the YouTube thing. I don't know, I've never tried the YouTube editor, so fingers crossed, hopefully it will work for me. But yeah, I'm gonna go and hopefully do some more vlogs when I get home. Love you guys. Bye bye, boys and girls.